I think we're live again. I think we're live again. Okay. See, that's what I get. That's what I get for making fun of this dude. So there's a big windstorm right now that just knocked out the power and the internet. So if I go out again, just be aware that that's what's going on. I can't even see the chat anymore. Where'd the chat go? All right. I'm gonna go grab you guys back in the chat over here and put you back in the chat. I'm gonna have to put you on here so I can see you. But yeah, anyway, my point still stands. Even though the witness said stop talking about it. But yeah, that was no. That if you're a grown ass man, you should not be carrying on like that about pro wrestling. That's too much, man. And then to be wrong is even demonstrably worse. But that's just how it goes. All right, I'm getting the chat back up here so I can see you guys talking. Otherwise, there's no point in doing the live stream if I can't see what y'all saying. But again, if you just tune back in, yes, there was a big windstorm. I can hear it blowing against the roof right now. There's a big windstorm, so my power just went out, and I am using my cell phone because the internet is out. I'm using my cell phone, so this stream is not going to last very long because I'm streaming off of my cell phone as a hotspot just to finish this up today. So we're going to rip through this really quickly and see what you guys are seeing here. There we are. There we are. Turn the volume down soon. I am using my cell phone. Don't hear double talk. All right, there you go. Yeah, there you guys are. It was Dave trying to stop the stream. Yeah, he probably was. I lost it. I lost the tweet too because the power went out. But yeah, whatever. That was you don't do that. You don't do that. If you guys ever see me as a grown ass man over the age of 45 with gray hair, because I got gray hair right here. If you ever see me acting like that on about wrestling, and it's not something about somebody dying or sexual abuse. I mean, I hope. Now I don't know. Anytime I see that, that's one of the things that I think about is like, did you act that way when you heard about the stuff about Vince? Well, did you have that dramatic action when you heard about all of the allegations against Vince McMahon, but booking Kyle Fletcher in a match in Australia because he's a heel, and then having a really overly dramatic, goofy, and I know he was being goofy about it, but having this over dramatic reaction to it is that what we do? Is that what we do? It ain't that serious, man. It's so goofy. Anyway. Yeah, TV Acai research. The TV Acai might have its own issues. I will get into talk about that. Let's run through these because again, I'm using my phone right now as a hotspot. So yeah, look at that, all that cheering for Kyle Fletcher there as a hotspot. So I'm racking up my bill here. So let's look at some of the news going around in the wrestling world real quick. WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan names the real brother Mount Rushmore Pro Wrestling. Why does anybody care? But it's the first news item on here. So let's see. Oh, he was on McAfee show. So of course, it's Andre the Giant. It's Roddy Piper. It's without a doubt Ric Flair and Macho Man. That's the real Rushmore, brother. Declared Hogan. Those guys laid the groundwork for everybody that came after them. Those wrestling at that time than there are now. But the rock and wrestling era isn't the only era that ever drew money. It's not even the era that drew the most money. It's the era that in some ways popularized and in some ways bastardized the entire genre of pro wrestling. So, I mean, but that's Hogan. He's entitled to his opinion. He's shared a lot of them over the years, and it's got him booed. So, there you go. What we got over here? Oh, it cut out again? Oh, did it cut out? Nope. Nope. No, still on. Weezy's still streaming. Okay. Let's run through this because it'll be quick. I do not think the weather is going to cooperate with us this week, so we better we better stream because the weather is apparently not cooperating out here. All right, AEW star Chris Jericho breaks down the new media landscape. Let's see what are the notes from this. It's the way of the future. I think we're talking about streaming here. I think as the years go on, and there won't be too many of them, I think cable television as a whole will fairly probably pretty much. Man, my editor would have a field day with that. Will fairly probably pretty much go away at some point. It's too many. Too many Jericho. We have such a great relationship with Warner Brothers and TNT and TBS. I think it's very important that we were able to move to Max. Jericho then added that he's been able to watch his matches on Max since the move. As a company, it's been kind of sort of business as usual. As an individual, as a performer, I always try to up the ante, so to speak. So yeah, I would agree with Jericho on that one, that, the streaming, it's sped up, and it's funny to listen to you at high speed. It's sped up. Wow, they're playing some games with my... Oh boy, we're going to take I don't think you guys enjoy watching this episode because this one might get deleted afterwards. I got to watch with this back and see how bad it is from what you guys are saying in chat. Karim says Jericho should really take a break. Have Bandito take the ROH title and send him on a long vacation. Okay. Bree Riz says I still don't watch Jericho's matches as they moved to Max. Oh wow. Poor Jericho. He's another one. Him and Hogan, man. They got problems with with a lot of the fan base. Former TNA champion plans to retire from pro wrestling. I believe this is the Homicide news. Yes, it is Homicide. Yeah, I realized in the end, I think I'm done. Homicide said, acknowledging that he's shared the ring with some of the best, including Minoru Suzuki, Jerry Lynn, and Kurt Angle. He also reminisced about teaming up with legends like Jun Akiyama and Kenta Kobayashi. A staple of the independent scene. Homicide carved out a reputation, etc., etc. Yeah, Homicide, again, he's another part of that generation. He came up with Tanahashi and John Cena and CM Punk and the Danielsons and that whole that generation, AJ Styles, that generation. They are getting there. So, great for Homicide. Homicide had a great career as being somebody who was never featured in the big time, but it's all good. And yes, Gran Hamada passed away. This news came out earlier. Original New Japan star and legendary Lucha Libre pioneer dies at 74. I did see a lot of wrestlers. I think a few New Japan wrestlers, some Lucha Libre wrestlers. I know Christopher Daniels at AEW had some great words. This is a guy from those early days of New Japan. One of the, I don't know if you, well, I would say cornerstone. I wouldn't say cornerstone, but a legend, definitely, and one that gets a lot of respect. And I'm always interested in seeing how people react to when international wrestling stars either retire or pass away. There always seems to be, after all the brouhaha and BS, always this great respect from around the industry, because at the end of the day, that's one of the times they remember, hey, yeah, we're all part of the same industry. It's not just WWE land. There's like a whole lot of other people out here doing stuff, and they all have legendary careers, and Gran Hamada was one of them. So, sadly, he passed away. But 74 is okay age. Okay age. He lived a full life, so congratulations to him. Yeah, okay, so we covered all of that. I did want to talk to you guys about one thing, though, and this is... see if we can speed this up before the the power goes out again. I just saw a flicker. But here is one of the things that I was thinking about. It's like Tanahashi's got his retirement tour coming up over the next year. John Cena's got his retirement tour coming up over the next year. They both are the same age. They both became the man in their companies at the same time. And they are both retiring in the same year. Yeah, we are not going to get a match between Tanahashi and John Cena. It doesn't. That would be, heaven and hell would have to move for that to happen. But if the wrestling world was not what it is right now, we would get that match. However, I don't even think that would be a great match to see because Tanahashi can barely move, and Cena's peak for in-ring was about 10 years ago. So the match would probably be terrible anyway, but it would just be kind of cool to see those, since their careers have paralleled each other so eerily similar to each other. It would have been cool to finally, if maybe one day we'll see it, maybe if the WWE inducts Tanahashi, which I think they will at some point in time, into the WWE Hall of Fame, maybe then you can see him and Cena. We have to wait 20 years for that to happen. But, maybe we'll see it then. Who knows? Let's see here. Bishop 07 says people know him from the ECW tag matches. Yes, right, in 97. And his father is, yes. And, slow. Oh, Wall Street Money. Did you check out NXT Vengeance? It was a good show. No, I did not. Goto versus Tanahashi for the IWGP. Okay. Yeah, this is a really tough stream to get through because even this chat thing is moving really, really slow. So we'll wrap it up here. I got one more thing to talk about, and we will be back next week, hopefully without a windstorm and without a lot of stuff crashing around outside that I hear right now. But I wanted to look at Until Dawn and talk about. I'm going to save my Captain America Brave New World review for the Entertainment Channel, but I did want to look out because I haven't seen it yet. This is another live reaction for apparently there's an Until Dawn movie that I did not know that they were making an actual movie of Until Dawn. The new trailer was a new trailer. The trailer came out on February 13th, so I guess we'll check it out. Until Dawn, if you don't know, I guess I should explain this, is a game that I had not... I played all of the other Supermassive games, the Dark Pictures Anthology games on the gaming channel. They're all pretty good. They're good to varying degrees. I think Little Hope was terrible. But Until Dawn was like the granddaddy of them all. Until Dawn came out, 10, 15 years ago? It seems like a lot. It was like 10 years ago, maybe. And it was this different kind of cinematic experience. And once again, Hollywood is presented with a video game, much like Max Payne, much like Uncharted, much like some of the other games that they have tried to adapt to movies. This game was pretty much an interactive movie. So it shouldn't be very hard in order for them to adapt it. If they fail at this one, if Hollywood fails at making an Until Dawn movie work, somebody should be fired. There's no way you can screw this up. The game itself is a film. But let's check it out. The Until Dawn actual film movie trailer came out on February 13th. Let's see if it's any good.
Wait, I can't. No, please, no!
Oh, that was... I saw that... Oh, okay.
Up the road.
I skipped over the commercial. I saw the first bits of this trailer. I didn't know that this was Until Dawn. Okay. All right. I'm with it now. Let's see.
There's a place stuck in time.
What is that?
Stuck in time.
Every time we die, we find ourselves back here again.
Stuck in time.
Okay. So I kind of like what I see from that. They're using the video game mechanic as a narrative mechanic in this movie. In the game, if you die, you can go back and do it over again. So they're taking that. Okay, that's an interesting spin on it. Okay, let's see how it goes.
But the night is never the same. We're here again.
Stuck in time.
But the night is never the same. Every night, something new is trying to kill us. We're here again. Something new is trying to kill us. What is that? We're here again.
If we want to survive,
Oh my God.
we have to make it until dawn.
I want out.
Until dawn.
Please let me out.
We have to make it until dawn.
Please let me out.
Until dawn. We We have to make it until dawn.
They're coming!
Up the road, that's where people get into trouble.
Yeah, wait. April. There's no date yet. That's not okay. So they're not doing well, this may be a smart thing. So they're not actually trying to recreate the storyline from the game. They're taking the mechanics of the game and making a generalized I got a lot of Cabin in the Wood vibes from that. But a generalized thing where there's just different horrors coming after them, and every time they die, they reset, which is the mechanic of the video game. Okay, I see what they're trying to do here. That might work. That might actually work. So somebody smart might, depends on the execution. So somebody smart might have actually come up with that idea. So I'm gonna give April 25th. I'm gonna give that a thought. I'm gonna see if I'll probably go see it because I love the game. Now knowing that it does take away from me now having to worry about, oh, are they going to do it as good as the game? They're not actually doing the story of the game. They're doing a completely different story with an interesting spin on that mechanic. So I like it. Let's see. Scotty Boy, I didn't know they were doing a movie on Until Dawn. Yeah. They usually mess up on video game movies. Very true. I thought decisions in those games were permanent unless on a new playthrough. Yeah, well, you have... Yes, you're right on a new playthrough. You can go back and do them again. I think that's what they're talking about because most people who played any of the Supermassive games Until Dawn, they got the new... What was the... I forgot. Scotty Boy saw the one. There was the one with the one character that looked like Orange Cassidy that I thought... that was pretty... I forgot which one that was called, but... yeah, those games, people just go back and replay them. So I think that's kind of the premise they're doing is like how people replay the games to see the different scenarios. They're going through different scenarios. These kids are going to go through. I don't know how you're going to do that in a 2-hour movie, and that could be kind of hard. But you know, maybe if they keep it to like, I mean, they might do a montage or something where it's like, hey, you know, there's like a 5-minute montage of them dying over and over and over and over again until they figure it out. A little bit of a Groundhog Day to that too. So it feels like Until Dawn meets Groundhog Day meets Cabin in the Woods. That's what this feels like, if you guys have seen those films. Let's see. Looks good, says Scotty Boy. The concept seems to be that they can rewind time so they can save themselves. We'll see. What's going on, Savage? How you doing? Yeah, I called the Godo win. I think a lot of people expected Godo to win. If he hadn't won, that would have been a total waste. But anyway, I am unfortunately very, very sure we would have been concluding about now anyway. Like I said, I will be talking about Captain America. I was going to do the spoiler-free review now, but I'm not going to risk it. We'll do that on the entertainment channel. On the wrestling channel, I got another one of you guys' top 10s that you suggested from the other week. I'm editing that this week. And there is some news. Somebody mentioned TV Asahi. There's some stuff going on right now. For those of you who know Japanese television news, a fairly big story going on right now with the TV networks. And there's this whole scandal with one of the pop stars, and I can't get into the whole story now, but where I'm getting to is as far as it relates to what we're talking about, TV Asahi are starting to do some internal investigations about misconduct. New Japan is under TV Asahi. I'm just going to say, remember what Kota Ibushi was very upset about in New Japan. Keep an eye on that, because that might become a problem in the future. We'll have to see. I hope it's not as bad as some people have said it is. I don't know the details, which is why I'm not putting names into it. But remember what Kota Ibushi said. Just keep in mind that if something did really bad happen, that the stuff he was suggesting was going on, and TV Asahi, because there's this big crackdown in Japan and the TV networks now because of this new scandal with the biggest pop star and the TV star that they have, and the one network that's now basically going bankrupt. Don't think that that's going to avoid, that some people can avoid that. I hope it's not that bad, but just keep that in the back of your mind. That could be a news story. It's a news story that could break this year and could be pretty bad. But we'll see. Anyway, yeah, and I gotta get good call there, Bishop. I that is one I've been trying to sync up with Dave because our schedules are really off. I wanted to sync up with him. That's definitely one video I want to talk with him about because he's over there obviously in Japan and he's obviously probably seen all of this whole drama that's going on with the networks right now play out. So I want to get his perspective on it, but. Thank you guys for joining this chopped up episode. Sorry for the wind outside knocking out the internet and knocking out power for a bit. But thank you guys for checking this out. I'll probably have to re-edit this. If you want to watch this again, I'll re-edit this and then re-upload it as a single video. But thank you guys for checking it out. Until next time, I will see you guys here for more of these live chats and reviews and all that.